Hi everyone, I'm just going to do a quick run through of the icon renderer project that I've created and put onto the Heart of Mars itch page. So you can just find that on heartofmars.itch.io, and then once you're there, I'll just show you where that is. That will just have this icon renderer project on the side. So what this does is actually goes through your whatever settings you've configured, picks out your 3D models and generates a 2D image out of that. So I'm just going to hit download, and while that's going through, I'll just talk through what that. Just use the V2 because it's got more features. And will let you just throw it into an existing project. So I'm going to hit that download, which I've already downloaded before, but you can see, just for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to go through it properly. Open up that, drag that into your content folder, and we might have to just restart the project in case it doesn't actually pick up that you've added new things to it. So let's do that. So basically you can configure the transform of the 3D object, the FFE of the scene capture component, and then all the background settings. You can also change where it actually puts the file, but at the moment it's putting it into this icon renderer then icons folder. So open up the map and give us a look at what we're dealing with. So we have this project, or this map with the icon render blueprint present. It's got some settings here, which is your icon render settings for each of the 3 icons currently configured, which one you're currently looking at, so preview 1, 2 or 3, factor 0, 1 or 2, where the icons will go, the delay between each successive icon when it's running through, just to give your computer time to, I guess, generate the right scene, or whatever you call it, and then just do the capture as well. So that's the time in between. So if I hit play just like that, you'll see that. Didn't actually see that, but I'll just do it again, because that already did too. Let's hit play again. Oh, and because I had actually changed which render preview icon we're on, it skipped over the first of them. And just to show you as well, these models are just some basic models I've created specifically for this project. Do feel free to use them, but if you do, just attribute, and otherwise just also let me know, just out of interest. Anyway, how to actually go through setting up an actual new icon, I'll just go through that. So I'm going to go hit the plus on the icon render settings, expand that, so we're on 3, and I'm just going to update what preview icon we're on to 3 as well. I'm going to go through here. I've already picked out an item I want to put an icon for, so that's a sword, and then I'm just going to start moving that around. Now I actually want to get it a bit closer, so I'll just hit a nice 50 on the FFE. I've got this preview here of the camera, not that that's the scene capture component, that's just a preview there, so you can actually see on the screen what you're actually dealing with. So I'm going to start rotating that a little bit into something that's a bit more usable for an icon. It is a bit of trial and error. I don't have the figures preset, but that looks pretty good there. Just have to move it a little bit to the left. Not so much there. And I could probably get a bit closer, which means we probably might have to rotate again, but that's fine. And the idea is, instead of doing it one at a time and having to tweak things back and forth, this just lets you set all the transforms in one spot and then go through accordingly. So with background types, we've got 4 options. We've got gradient, speckled, striped and custom. Now while I'm just about to go through them all, I'm just going to quickly add the starter content pack to this particular project, just so we have some custom materials for the background. I'm not going to use them right this second, but just to have them ready. So base color will actually just say choose like that. Oops, hit that again. It'll blend to a different color. So in the case of this, if I were to go there, you can see because of the way it's sloping, it goes over and does funny things with the colours, but if you're just working with black, it's pretty straightforward. You can also set an effect colour, which is only relevant to speckled and striped, which I'll get into in a moment. You can set an emissive on the base colour, so it'll blend from black to that emissive boosted colour, and we've already gone through what the FOV is. Speckled does pretty much the same, so same sort of background, except you also have the ability to put some dots in the background. So if I set this back to just a 1, you can start seeing that there are some pink spots in there. The effect influence will actually change how many spots you've got, and the lower it is, the more that effect will be pronounced. You can see there. You can also change it to other colours, of course. So where that really came about was just the ability to do a star scene like we do in number 2. You can see there, get up nice and close, you've got some stars. Next, well, you can obviously set an emissive too, just to give it a bit of brightness instead. Next I've got striped, which will actually use the effect influence to say how many stripes there should be. So you can set it to something like that, so that way you've got a cool background. There are options in the material to actually change the direction, but those aren't currently exposed. And the last one is obviously custom, which lets you, say, take a material instance, which I'll just quickly create one. So let's go create material instance, throw it in there, and then you've got that. And that's pretty much how that works too. So if I hit back to 0, hit play, you see it runs through each one, go to my icons folder, do the import, and it's lost one of them, I think. Oh no, there, it just took a little bit of time to come through, but there you go. So at the moment these settings are just the regular PNG type settings, so it's up to you if you want to send that somewhere else. Obviously how that works is using the render target. So if I go to my Aircan render, that's the last one that's done, does the render target, and it's basically the equivalent of right clicking, doing create static texture, but the difference is it's sending it out to file instead. So I went through the models, all those models just using this basic color grid, which is a bit blurry, which I think is my compression or something. I forget. I haven't actually bothered to do that properly. And all of the functions that are used for the backgrounds are in this folder, so it's doing these stripes or flecks or the gradient, and then it's all put together on here. So if you were to, say, take the stripes, go, I actually want it to be something a bit different, I could actually go create material instance, change the direction so it's going to go vertical instead. I just want to rename it. Go back to here, set my custom to that instead. And because of the way the whole blueprint is built, I think it will actually try and take those into account too. So if I go set that to red instead, hit play, yep. So I'll go over to the icons, have a look there, you can see it's got the stripes like that instead. And the reason for that is in the actual blueprint, I go into where it's actually going through and setting the custom scene. We've got set the icon background, which actually goes through and sets those 6 parameters, or if they're populated. So if you create a material instance and you want it to have that variable color as well, just use whatever ones of these you like and deal with them accordingly. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you do, I guess, find it useful or like it, just feel free to tell people about it. Let me know that you've found it useful, and otherwise just enjoy. Just hope it's helpful, and while I'm not an expert on Unreal by any stretch, maybe there's something in the way I've done things here that you either have advice on or you can learn from. So again, please enjoy. Cheers.